proper meal?
Is he fat? Is he thin? Did he teach you how to swim?
Can he dance? Does he sing?
Did he push you on a swing?
How's your father? How's your father? How's your father? How's your father?
Is he there? Does he care? Did he hug you like a bear?
Did he die? Did you cry? Did you get to say goodbye?
Is he young? Is he old? Did he do what he was told? Is he this? Is he that?
Can he be a proper brat?
How's your father? How's your father? How's your father? How's your father?
The Common Lot is a participatory theatre company based in Norwich, making shows with, for and about the people of Norwich. So How's Your Father is the project that we've currently got in production, and it's a collaboration between ourselves and the UEA School of Social Work and a men's charity called Men's Craft and Children's Services, and we're looking at fatherhood as an issue with dads who perhaps have had more of a struggle than some, and why that might be, and how fatherhood plays into people's identity, and what being a father means, and what not being able to be a father means.
Talking about fatherhood means taking on a few big issues.
Gender inequality, masculinity, feminism,
Patriarchy, male privilege. I mean, looking after kids is more of a mum's job, isn't it? As a rule.
What do you mean by that?
Hello, I'm Chris and I'm a co-facilitator of Dads Matter Understanding Dads. Now that's Norfolk Children's Services response to work with dads right the way across Norfolk. We often find that the dads come along and they're not really wanting to get it. It's another hoop that Children's Services have given them to jump through. But by the end of the 12-week course, hopefully we've gained their trust. They often want to come back. They want to have a better outcome for their children. If we can help them along that road, then I'm more than happy to do that. I absolutely love my job, and I get the results at the end of that. Once they learn to trust us, because we're Children's Services, we're a grey, homogenous lump telling them to jump through hoops. Once they come through that door and understand, meet me and Trav. Travis is fairly eccentric and I'm not. So this project has just been amazing for me. I mean, my day job is Dads Matter, and my thing I love to do at the weekends and evenings is the Common Lot. And then two projects merging together has just been a dream come true.
I'd been doing this research on fathers for the last sort of 6 or 7 years, and I'd always felt, you know, as academics, we're expected to get our research out in the world. You know, it needs to make a difference, it needs to be in people's minds and get people talking. And although we do things like write for academic journals or we do training with social workers, you know, we do different things, but I've for a long time felt like there must be some more interesting ways that we could get this research out there. And you know, we had all these really rich, powerful stories of fathers' lives, and I really wanted to do something a bit more creative with that.
It's not okay. What did the midwife say?
Oh, she's a stuck-up cow. I hate the way she looks at me. Anyway, I know my limits.
You never know your limits. I should have seen it coming.
When the baby came, it was pretty quick.
Men's Craft is based in Norwich. We work across the county and we do lots of different projects. It's about men and boys' well-being and development. But what we wanted to do with the play really is highlight some of the situations that fathers face, and their stories don't often get told, and they can get left out of the picture quite a lot if they're involved with children's services, or they have to go through the family courts, or when families are breaking up sometimes. All these kinds of things where perhaps fathers get left to one side.
So what are we saying? That mums do more, that dads don't cut it?
Dads love just as hard as mums, don't they? Hope he was kind to you.
So the first thing that we did was that I shared some of the quotes and some of the stories, examples of stories from fathers in our research. And then we started to look at that and try and figure out what are the key ideas here. Are there any common themes or really important points that seem to come through? So that was a sort of starting point. And then from there, we began a process of trying to come up with some sort of key characters. It's not about any one individual dad's life, but we were pulling together all of those stories and those experiences and looking for sort of common themes, I suppose.
I have to prove myself. No! Oh no. She's Mum, isn't she?
So we did a lot of improvising and working together to kind of act out and just play around, try and build those characters.
We need you to just calm down.
It's all right, Don, it's all right.
We need you.
Look,
Let him have a fan.
who gives you the right? Come round here and tell us
Go
out.
out in the
Do you
garden.
want to go out and have a
Just chill.
fun?
I'm kind of laughing, but I'm actually cringing.
Yeah, welcome to our world.
Yeah.
Some of the stories are about what happens to dads when there's a social worker involved or when a court is involved. We also needed to check that the stories we would tell are credible and plausible and that the things would have happened in that way.
We can tell 4 stories that could be true, that are inherently filled with dilemma and contradiction and ambivalence. And that's really interesting. We're not trying to resolve the issue, we're trying to raise the issue. Because I don't see anyone else doing it really, certainly not through theatre, so that's what excites me about it.
I'm personally really looking forward to it. It kind of validates a lot of the experiences that I've gone through as a father and really encourages us to speak out and say, well, actually, we are important as well.
I've been touched to hear some of the the men in the audience, whether they're talking about themselves as fathers or that they've not become fathers yet, but they're thinking about that. So it's just been really interesting to hear some of the things that have resonated with them, question how it's going to be for them.
I found it very moving. It's on the one hand, it's a very serious subject. It was poignant. It was playful at times. The music and the lyrics were very playful, and yet the characters were deeply touching.
When it comes to feelings or emotional achievement, I'll stay at work an extra hours. It's an important job!
So this is the last show in the series. We're in stage 2, which is the second stage part of the Theatre Royal. So it feels like we're in a proper theatre, which is different and lovely.
Our notions of what makes a good dad have changed a lot.
They're still changing.
What's your dad like?
People have really enjoyed it and they found it thought-provoking, which is the main thing.
I've been surprised. It's been surprising how well it's gone down for me.
Yeah, you never know, do you?
We've been talking about it for so long, haven't we? And we've been in it for such a long time. And then you sort of let the pigeon out of the box.
Yeah, and then you see it fresh through the audience,
Yeah,
don't you?
yeah.
It's just like, oh, it does work. So, yeah.
And I've come as often as I could, and every time I've seen it, I've heard slightly different snippets, and I've gone away with different things that I've been mulling over. And the Q&A as well has flagged up so many interesting issues that we can take away and feed back into some of the training and development work we do for all of our workers, not just social workers, to help them think more about the perspective of dads all the way through the work we do.
Theatre and films change people's lives, and if the right people come and see it, it could really help, put some people on a different track, maybe a better track.
You never know how good your piece of theatre is going to be, but I can tell you that there's been so much thought gone into this that there will be some depth in it, there will be some layers in it. Yeah, this is all about him being a victim of judgment before he's even become a man.
Whatever they think of me, wherever they put us, sure, I'm frightened. Of course I am. It's big. But this is one label that I'm proud to wear. I'm gonna be Dad.